I'm DJ. I'm Jay Woodiest. So I'm DJ Woodiest. And welcome to the DJ Wouldn't It Be Funny podcast.
So say you're Jay Wood.
No. My name is literally Jay Woodiest. Your name is DJ. That's the whole thing.
I'm saying my name's DJ?
And I say my name is Jay Woodiest.
Okay. Hi, I'm DJ.
And I'm Jay Woodiest. And this is
The DJ
Wouldn't It Be Funny podcast.
podcast.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
I'm DJ Wouldn't It Be Funny
What I
podcast.
said.
DJ Wouldn't It Be Funny podcast. DJ Wouldn't It Be Funny podcast.
DJ Wouldn't It Be
DJ
Funny
Wouldn't Be
podcast.
Funny.
Let's get this show on the road.
And let's get this show on the road.
And let us
All right, let's actually go.
let us get this
Show on the road. So as we all know, like the dating scene in 2025 is a lot different than it's been in the past. I think a lot of old heads try to say that it's so similar, but it's so different because we got technology and everything keeping us out of the way of it. But what hasn't changed is the two-man, right?
Were they two-manning in like the 70s?
I think they were more just telling women,
Get in.
Yeah.
You're my wife.
yeah.
And
If not, you're considered a witch, which I think was ridiculous.
Oh, you're going like way back. You're going like Salem witch trial times.
I mean, what's the difference between Salem witch trials and LeBron haters? They're about the same age to me. Which goes
we
to
love LeBron on this pod. We love him. We love him.
I love the songs. LeBron James. With that being said, though, I've been trying to find my Savannah. But yeah, so we go to clubs a lot, and a specific club that we will not mention, we go to continuously, and we have a lot of stories from that club.
So I think it's about time we tell the folks the time we went to our favorite spot in the whole world. That we will go again one of these days when the time is right. So we're at the club. This is back in my single days. I'm a taken man now.
Sure, his single days didn't happen last weekend.
Don't do that. It was not last weekend. This was over a year ago. I have a beautiful girlfriend. I love her. She's everything. And he's trying to get me in trouble. So this is way back when. This is back in the Salem witch trial days. And we were at the club, and we met these two ladies.
Beautiful. I'll say it for you since you can't say it. You're married, man. From what I do remember, there were these two very attractive girls. I'd look at Dax. I'm like, yo, he knows when I give him that look. Two man. Not that we do it all the time, but the times that we do it, I give him that, and he knows. So we went over. And about halfway through going over, because let's say we were here and they were there, about halfway going over, this man stops in his tracks and just leaves me to the wolves.
I was looking at the weather. I had to check the weather app.
Which happens quite a bit.
I had to check the weather.
Quite a bit.
You know
what?
what?
The weather seems to always change whenever we're supposed to be going on a two-man. And I love how you... Cool.
No, you know what it really was? I think
What was it?
I knew that my future girlfriend, I was like, I'm gonna find her. I'm not finding any love in this
And
club.
that's-
And I
yes,
realized that
that's facts.
halfway to the girls.
That is
So,
facts.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we make our. I'm making my way because he doesn't come to the girls. I look both ways, like I'm crossing the street. There's nobody with me. I realize, and I realize this is to the point where I'm at her. So if I look back, I look crazy. So you know what? I'm gonna go through with it. I tell her she looks attractive. I tell her yada yada yada. And then we talk, and don't remember exactly what words were conversed, but words were conversed, and we ended up kissing. And then I look over. She says something about her friend. I look over. She says her friend thinks that he is attractive.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
I
the first
told
time
you
heard
this.
about it.
I
I
told
knew
you
you
this.
said. I know you were like, I got a friend over there.
Friend over there, and she's the little. Your friend over there. I have a friend over there actually. How does he look? Yeah, he looked good. She thought he looked good with the face that he made. I don't remember. Did you go over and talk to her after
No.
that? No, shy ass
It's
nigga.
all you. But
so
I
you
wish I
still-
had been over there because it was what she said.
So
to
then,
me.
so then me and the girl talking. We talked for like 5 minutes. I want to say nothing crazy. I get her number, all of that. She said, "Are you a freak? Are you down for whatever or something like that?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Am I a freak?" Yeah. Boy, was I wrong.
Like, I'm down for whatever.
Not that I was wrong. Let me explain. So then she says, we're actually about to go to a new spot. It's not a new spot. It's been here forever.
Everyone knows about it. I've been hearing all about it.
It's actually born and raised here.
Some say it's a staple of West Hollywood.
It is a big staple, the biggest, if I may say. I go to Dax. I'm like, yo, she feeling you. This spot sounds dope. They're about to go. We should meet them
Give me
there.
all the deets. He's like, oh my gosh, and she kissed me. She
Yeah.
said if I'm freaky, I said I'm down with whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, I hope he leave a little bit for me.
You had a lot of it ready for you.
I didn't know. I just remember I was
Waiting.
I was practicing.
Thirsty, hungry.
Remember we went at that other spot and I went in the
yeah,
bathroom and I was
yeah.
practicing like punchlines in my head of what I was gonna like
Oh,
pick up
yeah.
lines. Texted me,
Yeah.
get out the bathroom. I was in the mirror rehearsing. Yeah.
But yeah, so he calls the Uber. He texts me the Uber's arrived. I do my little thing. We get in the Uber. We're driving. And then basically we go to this side of town that I'm used to because like I know that like we live in West Hollywood, so we know that. And I was here a little earlier than him, and I was like, you know what? This area is like known for like being pro LGBTQ plus. Like it's a gay area. And once you go past it, it's like more clubs and stuff. So we're driving. The car stops.
Yeah, I see the text. I'm like, oh, what a
Yeah.
fun little tidbit. And then car stops. He says, "You're here," and
And I think we were like, I think it's
the
across
other,
the street.
yeah, like the
across
other side of the
Yeah,
street.
yeah, yeah.
I think. He's like, okay, drives to the other side.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changing. So the place was called what, the Church at Abbey.
Yeah,
Or
something
the
like
chapel
that.
at Abbey.
Chapel something.
Our first time. And I just want to preface it by saying, like, look, great ambiance.
Yeah.
It's just if you're not ready for that kind of environment,
Yeah.
it might throw you off.
And
a
I'm
little
saying,
bit.
and I'm saying this as a person that goes to some wild places, because my thing is like, we'll get more into the story, but what I saw wasn't what I was used to. Let's just say that.
You've been to a gay club before.
Yeah. Me and my homies back in actually in
College days.
Can we talk like we're fucking together? Like, stop acting like you went in your college days. I don't know what you was. I was over here
not what I
with
meant.
heterosexual club.
That's not what I meant.
But no, this is the thing. I've been to a gay club before. I have like friends that are gay. And I've been to like, in DC, Adams Morgan. I've been down there. This was nothing like Adams Morgan. You know those things when like you're supposed to tiptoe into things? We jumped face first. Yeah.
Yeah, we belly flopped into the dating pool. Yeah, so the girls were supposed to meet us outside. John has heard one of the numbers.
Yeah. And we say
Blowing up her
yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
She is not answering. He texts. She's like, "Oh, go in. We're on the table right by the bar."
In the line. My God, I've never seen a longer line in my life.
It's so
Like, we tried to go in another way.
Yeah, we
You
tried to go in
remember?
a whole other way.
Yeah.
And then the security guard was like, "Oh, no."
And to preface, we do this for a lot of clubs. We try to finesse. So this was like, okay, if we could do this anywhere.
Yeah. This club was on their P's and Q's.
They're LGBTQs.
And yeah. Okay, that's not too bad,
That's
right?
not bad. I hope not.
Before we get in the line,
Yeah.
both of us are we were feeling a bit apprehensive. And but I was like, you know what? This is gonna be cool. We're gonna go in, we're gonna be talking to these girls, you know what I mean? They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you guys are not insecure in your masculinity at all. It'll be perfect.
And I also gotta say, on this journey where like I've been trying to be more not care about society as much, and I feel like we both have done this. He's done it more longer than me. So we were in a way trying to go against the grain. We were like, you know what? We should be able to do whatever the fuck we want to do.
We can be straight men in the gay club
with women.
and who cares, right?
Real.
Before we got in the line, I was saying to John, I was like, you know what? We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna be secure in our masculinity. We're gonna talk to these girls. We're gonna have a great night. And John he's like, Dax. And I'm like, John, no, it's fine. We got this. We're not those kind of dudes that he's like, Dax. I'm like, no, we're not those kind of dudes that are, and he's like, Dax, look behind you. And I look behind me, and it's a dude in chaps on the stripper pole. There's like really 4 strippers.
Yeah.
But there was one, and he was sliding.
And may I
man.
just say, my goodness, the amount of strength
Athleticism.
That was insane. And also they weren't wearing a lot of clothes. I'm like, how does the pole not hurt? I still think this when I'm at like strip clubs, when I see girls and stuff, but this was something different. Right?
Yeah.
You would say so.
I'd say so. There were about 4 stripper poles in the spot. I'm sorry if I'm misremembering the number. 4 more or less.
Yeah.
But they were all occupied by different male strippers. So I was like, you know what, man? Let's just keep our eyes on the prize.
Just gonna bulldoze through this and who cares?
We're keeping our eyes on the prize.
Toxic who?
Toxic
who? It ain't gonna be us.
We get in the line. The one white dude. Yeah, just finished a conversation with someone of color and they had left. And then he turned to me and was just like, I was just telling him, F white people.
I also love, this has nothing to do with like the gay club or anything, but I do love how just us being black, we've been, and I don't know if it's a theater thing, we've been ingrained for like the token, I hate white people thing, you know what I'm saying? White people just randomly will tell me they hate white people. And sometimes I feel like that's a little extra racist.
Why are you telling?
Yeah,
I didn't ask.
Yeah. Why don't you tell your white friends?
Yeah, tell the white person in front.
Why does it feel like you're telling a secret when you tell us?
And I'm gonna be real. It felt like he was doing it just so he could get some.
I think so too. You was looking good that night. You was looking really good that night. You was. You know what I'm saying?
But hey, if I just swing that way, it's gonna take a lot more than F white people to get in here.
A lot.
I'm gonna be real.
A lot. You got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying?
Although now that I'm thinking about the girls, they didn't do anything, say anything to me.
So then this dude, he pulled out a camera, and at first we were like, you know what? Take a picture of me. I could be in line at a gay club. I'm cool. Boom. But then we thought about it. We were like, you know what? If you woke up and you saw the morning news and you see Dax and John overdosed on some vodka and were laid down, passed out on the ground, and we end up dying, do you think we went there for some women? Just be honest.
Yeah, it'd be a heavy misconception and no one would be around to clear it up.
Exactly. All they'd be able to say is like, those were the 2 dudes that I told I hate white people to.
Yeah, it would just look like we were definitely in that club to party.
With no huzz.
Yeah, just us, just me
or
and him.
Muzz, male huzz. Muzz. So yeah, we're in there. They're playing this same song. I swear it feels like it's just going on loop. And then out of nowhere, finally, I get a text back after I texted this girl like 3 times. Where the hell are y'all? We're here. I'm here for a good time, but I didn't know that this was the good time that was being prescribed to me. And she says, we're here.
They are nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere. We even walked to the bar, remember?
It was very packed. It was, maybe it's like this on every Saturday night, because this is a Saturday. But it was hot and heavy.
Very.
Hot and heavy. This the best way to describe it.
And you want to know something about this that's hilarious? To literally erase homophobia. No matter what you are, you all smell the same.
It smelled like men.
It smelled like men. It smelled like dudes. It didn't smell like gay men, heterosexual men. It smelled like men.
Just dudes. Just dudes. Sweat. Must. And both of us had to use the restroom.
Tinkle.
And so we asked the bartender, hey, where is the bathroom? And then he's like, oh, it's all the way over there. And it was a dance floor, packed of dudes, dance floor, half shirts off.
Sweaty as hell.
Having a great time.
I was low-key envious of that. The way that they could just like shirts off. I've never seen some shit like that. Every club we've been in.
Yeah, our shirts have been on.
There's definitely a dress code at the clubs we've been in. You know?
If I've tried taking my shirt off, they'd be like, hey, put that back on, buddy.
Especially because he's been in the gym. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see these guns.
Now, I've been taking my creatine. So we decided the best way to go about it, right? Was that we were gonna sort of be like a couple until we could find the girls and let everyone know double kind of.
But don't we look like, I'm like, come on now.
So we like hold hands, and we make our way through the crowd and we're rubbing shoulders, with everybody, literally. So we get through all the people and we step into the bathroom.
Yeah, and then basically in the bathroom, there's like this big singular urinal. And I've asked my gay friends if that's like a normal thing, and they said yes. I'm used to, the little sections,
Everyone gets their own urinal.
Yeah, everybody gets their own urinal. I'm a shy pisser, not gonna lie to you. It's very hard for me to pee in front of people. And it's very hard when there's especially not a divider.
No barriers, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta like close my eyes. So basically we go there, and because I'm a shy pisser, I quickly, while he's not paying attention, go to the corner so I can actually get this piss out so that people can't look at my penis because I'm a shy peer. And he's like, I called that spot. And then I'm like, fine, okay, sorry. So I hurry up. He's pissing next to me, and we're kind of like still being a couple.
We were sort of peeing together.
Yeah, we're like low-key, the X-Men thing? We're low-key doing X-Men, but without, crossing swords.
But we were definitely pee partners.
Exactly.
that day.
So then I was trying to go out. The bathroom was packed. I care about hygiene. I want y'all to know that. But in this case, of a million dudes, it feels like, in a singular bathroom, plus we got women that we think are waiting for us in the club, I'm like, you know what? We don't need to wash your hands. He says,
you gotta wash your hands. It's disgusting if you don't wash your hands. You always wash your hands every time you use the bathroom. I feel like your mom, but are you saying that to your mom? When she says,
I love you, Mom. Not saying that to you.
Well, I bet she would agree that you should wash your hands every time you use the restroom.
Yes, but when it takes you 10 hours to get to the fucking sink because there's a million people in
you
the
don't know,
restroom.
and same thing. You don't know the next time you'll be able to see a sink to wash your hands. If you didn't have any hand sanitizer on this, you wash your hands. It's a basic principle. We're about to be talking to some girls. You want to go up to girls with pee hands? That's disgusting. It's disgusting. So I was pro waiting in the line to wash hands. He was waiting in the line with me for a bit before leaving. And I'm like, what is this dude's problem?
Oh my God.
Maybe this is just the thing at fancy clubs. I've never seen this. You could tell me. They had cologne, like lots of different types, like beside the sink.
And may I add,
it was like communal cologne.
May I add, I think that had to play a big part of why it smelled like shit in that club and like men, because it didn't smell like bad. It smelled like high school. You know when dudes like hit puberty and they just throw Axe on their body? It smelled like that. This cologne, it was just men. Men.
But all that, I washed my hands and I rendezvous with John, like right outside the bathroom. I'm like, yo, what? Are you gonna wash your hands? Like, what's going on? And then he was like, somebody touched my ass.
Gripped it. Not like a little, gripped it.
And we still don't know who that is. If anyone ever finds the perpetrator, he is at large.
Yeah. If you would have just asked me, I might have gave you a digit. You know what I'm saying? But to just run over and grab my ass
in the bathroom,
I feel like that's rude.
And I think he was in the line to wash his hands. Was he not? Or, I don't know. You tell me, because that means he had dirty hands.
No, but you know what I did? What I did think about in that moment, I did think about women in heterosexual clubs, because I hear these stories all the time, and obviously I care and I think about it. But at the same time, you don't really know until it happens to you. That's with everything. So in that moment, I did think, damn it, men are evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, men are just evil. They just think everything belongs to them, including my ass and plenty of other people's ass. So
it's a learning lesson.
It's a very big learning lesson.
Still do not know where these girls are. They aren't on the dance floor. I'll tell you that much.
A lot of people on the dance floor, and it wasn't them.
Yeah. And so this time I think we locked arms. Yeah. And we're going through the dance floor and we're a little pissed. I didn't hear them, but a dude tried to hit on us, right? Yeah. And he was like, hey, you two, or something like that. But I think I was looking mad. I was looking mad because, again, we couldn't find the girls.
Yeah.
I was very pissed because we couldn't find the girls. We've been at this club for a minute, and they said they were going to meet us here. We were stood up. We got stood up.
We did get stood up.
We could be mad at getting stood up.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're walking up these steps, and a dude tries to hit on us, and then we both got a bit of a stank face. And the dude is like, what's their problem? And another dude he said, don't worry, it must be their first time. It was our first time.
Your first time.
Man, my fault. You're right. My fault, Adams Morgan.
I've been there, done that.
My fault, OG.
You know, Mr. Adams.
By calling them, and they just do not say anything.
Nothing.
And then we're just like, man, could this get any worse? And then all the lights turn on.
And he literally, I think, said something like, could this get any worse?
All the lights turn on. You can see everybody's face. And they're like, all right, you guys got to get out of here. The club's closed.
Yeah.
And then someone stepped on my Jordans. And I got real mad. And it looked super toxic.
No, it looked crazy because the lights turn on. Everybody's looking around. And this dude just mad.
He was like, chill, man.
He was mad. He was mad. He was mad. I want to put that on the record. He was mad. Like, bro, you look toxic. Like, you literally look like you're mad because you're looking at a group of men going past. And I'm like, at this point, if you were homophobic, I don't think this point is the time to be homophobic. You know what I'm saying? We've been in this club for how long, and now you choose. Just saying.
But we get kicked out the club. We're looking around in the sea of men for these two girls. They never show up.
Never.
This is the first time that you had let me know that they had asked you if you were down for whatever.
Yeah. How was I supposed to know? This real shit. How was I supposed to know down for whatever meant that?
It's just we keep it into account for our next decision.
I'm thinking freakiness. I've been trying to explore freakiness, but that's not what I meant by explore freakiness. I just thought, you know what I'm saying? Freaky. I've watched 50 Shades of Grey. That's what I was more thinking of. I like, you know what? I'll dabble in that. That's what she's talking about. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, and then as we're walking away, and we had sort of just given up on these girls, a dude from far away, he was like at least 4 yards away from us. And he said a compliment to somebody. He said, "Oh, man." And then we were like, "What?" And he said, "You know what?" And he got close to us. He was like, "High five." So I was like, okay. I give him a high five.
And I all right, so I know before I was talking about the pee hands and all that stuff, but this is the thing. I am very I'm not dirty. I'm not at all. But I'd rather me be dirty than somebody else. So I don't trust people's hands. I've always been this way. I can go in a bathroom and not wash my hands, but I'm not dapping nobody up because I think that they're doing the same thing. So then this dude walks up to me like this after Dax, and I give him the hand, and I say,
high five.
Hand turkey.
Rude. And he walked away.
And it was so unfortunate because he was gay. And I'm thinking he probably thinks that I'm being homophobic.
Yeah, it didn't feel rude in a not high five him way.
Yeah.
It felt rude in a
like a homophobic way. Yeah, because I'm gay. And then I didn't have the time to say, hey, that wasn't because you're gay, by the way. Whoever you are in West Hollywood, I am so sorry. I just don't like germs. Hand turkey has always been my go-to. I've never had that exchange after a hand turkey.
Unless you're the dude that touched his butt.
Then
that way you didn't deserve it. I take away my
You need the police. So then basically, after all that, we go to IHOP and we finally realize, you know what? We should have done this in the first place because bros before hoes. Especially when there's pancakes in front of your face.
Yeah. High five. Hand turkey. Taste your own
this
medicine.
This guy.
I know how it feels.
Sure could go for some music right now.
Sure thing. She wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers, thinking about the day that you wake up and find out what you're looking for. It's been here.
Nah, man. I mean, like on the radio.
Oh,
Never mind. It's all good.
okay. Well, you know what? I regret it. Like I don't regret that. I love that song.
Oh, right. It's crazy, isn't it? You know, I'm getting married to Sabrina today. You just moved out of Skid. Now we're really moving up in life, man.
I mean, dude, those are remotely close. Like, those aren't even remotely close. You basically hit the lotto marrying her. Me, on the other hand, I hit bingo at the old folks' home.
Man, you stay with the jokes, man. But on a serious tip.
Hey, yo, you said tip? Pause!
But how you been dealing with Cedric's death?
You know, I haven't been feeling a lot of remorse lately. Like, I've been feeling a lot of survivor's remorse, you know? I mean, we knew this dude since we were born, man. Oh, would you look at that? GPS says we are approximately 10 minutes away. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop and get us some food so my man isn't hungry on his wedding day. Ready?
See, you did it again, though.
Did what?
You said proximately instead of approximately.
No. I didn't say the GPS thinks we're 10 minutes away. I said the GPS knows we're 10 minutes away. Knows.
Say approximately.
Approximately is kinda. Approximately is for certain.
Please stop before I lose my shit.
Are you sure you want to recant that statement?
Negro, huh?
Are you sure you don't want to recant that statement?
Ah! Stop it!
Stop what?
Making up words that don't exist.
Well, your heart doesn't exist.
What?
You're marrying Sabrina Carpenter. I mean, she's like a world-class pop star. She's everything. How are you gonna have even an ounce of heart left for me? I've seen those TikTok videos. Her booty alone takes up 50% of your heart. You know what? I even get that her cheekbones can shine under a candlelight. But guess what? She doesn't have the heart that I do. Okay? And I know that my prime was in college when I had a chiseled six-pack and a Spotify Wrapped that only had one Drake song. Yes, okay, maybe I made a couple of words different. You wanna know why I made those words different? Because I thought maybe, just maybe, me making those words different would make your love for me a little different. Boy, was I wrong. Would you look at that? An accident. GPS says we're approximately 12 minutes away. Approximately.
Put the car in verse.
You mean reverse, you idiot? The wedding's that way.
No. Put the car in verse.
Verse? Not reverse? Wait, that means... Really? Bros before talented pop stars who can financially change your life for the better! Ow! That's crazy.
Verse before vows.
Verse before vows. Verse before vows. Verse before vows. Verse before vows. Yeah, so in LA, as you know, there's a lot of beautiful women here. Everybody knows that. We can all agree? A lot of beautiful women. So we go on a lot of went on a lot of two-mans. Haven't done it in a while.
Those are not our days anymore.
Wow.
Even when it was our days, I was always the shy one. You
Yes,
know,
yeah,
you've always been, when it comes to that, the more extroverted. Not to say that I could be extroverted too, but you know, I was always like, what if they say no, or what if they, you know, hate me?
They say shoot or shoot.
Yeah, I'm not a shooter.
Duke Dennis, what's up with you?
That's a great question.
That wasn't.
That is
you,
a great
Duke Dennis.
question. But yeah, I've never really been a shooter. I'm more of a bench warmer, you know.
But my thing is, if you're not a shooter,
assist.
If you're not and what's hilarious about a lot of these things is I like assisting more. And I consider myself like a Steve Nash type of person. I shoot a little bit, but I love to pass. You know what I'm saying? I love assisting. Not pass women. That's not what I meant. I meant passes in. I love being in a two-man, the second man. I love like helping somebody else out. And basically when he was out here in these streets, I'd be like being Inspector Gadget to people, you know, for my homies, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I think she fuck with you.
And here's the thing, she never ever did. Ever. You were never right about not one girl that you said, I think she's into you. Every time I go up to them, you're like, oh, he was like, yo, I think this girl's into you. Let's do the 2-man, da-da-da. I'm like, bet. And I'm like, hey, what's your name? I'm whatever. Oh, I thought you were looking cute. Oh, I'm married.
And this isn't a joke, by the way.
She showed
literally
me the hand. I was like, oh. And then I was just stuck there for the next 4 minutes.
But you know what my thing is? I think you don't realize you have a friendable face. I don't mean
A friend-zonable face?
I didn't say friend-zonable. Like, I think a lot of people smile at you because you smile. So I think that they're not looking at you as, I think as a candidate. They look at him as, I want him to come over and we have a funny conversation.
What a friend. No, look
But
at him.
it's
What a
hard
friend.
to look between the two. And I have a lot of female friends. So it's hard to see between the two of friendship, or am I trying to help this guy versus I want this guy to get in my
I just
pants.
wish you were right about You're right about your own sometimes, but about me, you were never right, not once.
I think if we would have had a little bit more time in these streets, I think we would have been able to see that more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was unfortunate it was fortunate for you to get your relationship. I think that's amazing. But it was unfortunate that that when you weren't in a relationship, I couldn't do my duties as a wingman. You know what I'm saying?
wasn't very Steve Nash of you. Not gonna
Okay,
lie.
we're not gonna do that. Steve Nash doesn't always have great players around him, so his assist can't be up.
So that's-
you know what I'm saying? When you
got
don't have great like shooters, who am I supposed to pass to?
LeBron,
You damn sure ain't Michael Jordan because that's the real GOAT. But we're not getting that conversation.
different pod. But also here's the thing: when it came to girls, I felt like I just feel like I embarrassed myself all the time. I feel like I'd embarrass myself in front of these girls. I embarrass myself going up to them. I embarrass myself when I'm not even doing anything.
And you embarrass me in the process a lot of times.
You have nothing to do with it. You're not embarrassed.
I am embarrassed sometimes because sometimes I'll be talking to a girl and you'll do something that throws me off my game and now I look crazy. I just parked and I used to do this thing where I used to park at Target because I ain't paying for parking. You know me, never that. So I parked at Target. We walk over. There's these two very attractive women. And I'm like, yo, Dad, let's do our thing. We're talking to these girls. I'm doing my little thing. She feels like she's feeling me. And then she says, when I'm literally like, she gives me her number. And then she's like, you might want to help your friend out. I look over. And why don't you say what happens to you?
There was a curb in the way, in the middle of the freaking street, right? It's a hazard. And I tripped over it a little bit, and I was having a hard time getting myself to, like, both my feet went over the curb in rapid succession, and I couldn't get up fast enough. And so, yes, I needed help. And I'm glad that she told him to help me.
Yeah, I'm glad she had such a great vision to see that the second man and the 2-man needed help. I wonder, you know what I really want to know the point of view? The girl you were talking to. What did she think in that moment when you tripped? Did you even get a chance to talk to her?
I didn't even remember there was a second girl.
There was a second girl that you were supposed to be keeping on their toes, and it looked like you couldn't even keep yourself on your toes.
Well, she wasn't helping me either, so she wasn't the one anyway.
True. And you found her one.
My girl, now she would have caught me before I even tripped. She would have said, watch over that
caught you in your
curb.
arms.
Just
Yeah.
like this. Wedding style. I respect it.
But one thing I will say is you tend to have a lot of moments where you trip or fall or just, you're very clumsy.
I'm a bit of a klutz, but I've grown out of it.
I don't know.
When's the last time you've seen me fall? It's been a minute, right?
No, you tripped earlier when we were setting this whole thing.
Oh. I did trip over the lights. And then I tripped and almost knocked over my interface in my room.
That happened literally like a couple hours ago.
But if we get rid of today, tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day.
No more. You all are never gonna see me fall for life.
Now, I want you guys all pay close attention when you see this dude in the streets. He will fall. You've ever seen the Denzel walk? Like, he just look cool when he's walking. I tend to try to put on a walk when I feel like I'm being watched, but I also feel like when I do that, inherently, I'm looking like I'm trying hard and I'm looking weird. And in that, sometimes I catch myself like slipping, like tripping a little bit.
I think the key when you're doing the Denzel walk, like when I do it,
Yeah, because you do it amazingly.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just gotta don't think about
Yeah.
it. When I'm doing it, I barely even know I'm doing it until someone's like, "Oh my God, you walking like Denzel."
Yeah, and I
know
think
what
when
I'm
you
saying?
trip and fall, people also don't realize that you were walking like Denzel, and that's might have been what led you to the trip and falling. But who knows? And I know he trips a lot, but one thing I will say is we may trip and we may fall, but we always learn how to pick ourselves up. Okay? And this thing right here shows the embodiment of that.
Roll the tape.
and welcome to the humble abode.
Man, Corey, I'm loving the new place.
Let's take a simple guess at how much I'm paying for this place.
I'm blanking. How much?
$2 a year.
Whoa.
Whoa! But of course I had to get it from my favorite nephew.
I'm your only nephew, Uncle Corey.
Oh, come here, you little fart.
Hey, got any beer?
Do I have any beers? Do I have any beers? Not only do I have any beers, but I need to show you my state-of-the-art kitchen.
Time to get that beer. Beer time, beer time, beer time, beer
Dad,
time.
my shoe's untied. Can you help me tie it?
Aiden, you are 7. It's about time you learn how to do this yourself.
But Dad...
All right. This last time.
No. You know what? I'll teach him how to tie his shoes. For real.
You sure?
Come on. Am I sure? How about you go be sure to get us some beers? You know what I'm saying?
Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do.
So, first you will do it.
What's with all that racket? Didn't know you were mounting your TV.
The TV doesn't even have a mount, silly.
Oh. Silly me.
Looks like you've been drinking the beers without us.
Drink.
Oh. He doesn't drink, okay? Alright. They're actually in the back. Make a left, make a right, and then they should be in the middle. Yep.
Alright.
Where are they? Everything alright?
I tried checking, it wasn't there.
Damn it. Darn it. Sorry. I might be out, okay? Dang. That's a shame.
Dad, could I have some Gatorade?
Now I know I have that. It's in the cupboard to the left. You know. Cupboard is actually spelled the same as cupboard.
Whoa, you really know your stuff, Uncle Corey. Oh.
Alright. Enough fun. Back to our lesson, okay?
Right.
So show me. Make a left and then a loop.
Okay, what is going on?
Congrats, buddy. That's how you do it. Yes.
What is going on?
Congrats, little bro. You finally got it.
Dad, look, I tied my shoe.
What is this? This looks like a mess.
Hey, don't call his very first time tying his shoes the right way a mess, okay?
Corey, what are you teaching my son?
How to tie his shoes correctly. That's how he doesn't trip and fall.
You can tie your shoes normally and not trip.
This is normally. And I've been tying my shoes like this my entire life. See? And think about it. When have you ever seen me trip and fall? Didn't think so.
Aiden, we're leaving.
But Dad...
Now.
Well, don't let the door hit you where the old folks split you. Damn it. I should have just said, don't let the door hit you on the... Damn it. Don't let the door hit you where the old folks split you. Damn it. Hey, Aiden.
Uncle Corey,
Hey.
what are you doing here?
I didn't like the way me and your dad ended things. Is he around by any chance?
Oh, you didn't hear?
Yeah, what?
We went to vacation in Arizona, and he fell down the Grand Canyon and died.
What?
The only thing the police were able to recover were these.
No! I told him how to tie his shoe the right way. No!
What a day we have had.
We always have a day.
What a day.
I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves,
I know I sure did.
just like that time when we was in the geek club.
Yay!
The thing about us is one thing I will say, we always have a good time, and we hope that we could have brought you guys into that good time.
Yeah.
So how should we end this thing?
We should have brainstormed before we started filming.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the bathroom and wash my hands,
That's great.
which I always do unless there's a line for 50,000 people.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
I'm gonna walk without falling.
We'll see.
Let's try it.
Let's watch. All right.
Hey, have a good
Bye,
one.
I guess.
Bye. Love you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said I love you.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking weird.
I don't know who they are.
I figure I'm going to eat.
Oh. Thanks for letting me know.
DJ wouldn't it be funny podcast?
DJ wouldn't it be funny podcast? DJ wouldn't it be funny podcast? DJ wouldn't it be funny podcast? DJ wouldn't it be funny podcast? DJ wouldn't it be funny podcast? DJ wouldn't it be funny podcast?